Hi everyone, my name's Alana and I'm a Thermomix consultant from Western Australia. I've made this short video for you on the Thermomix Recipe Platform to give you a bit of an introduction and some tips and tricks on how to use it more effectively. It is a fantastic new service that was released about mid-2016 in response to people's needs. So whenever we do a demonstration or a cooking class, we find that people are saying, "Oh, I don't know what to cook, I want to eat better, but I always forget to plan ahead. I just wish someone would do the shopping for me. I wish my family would be more involved in planning for the week." So this is why we've developed this, and it really is an amazing service. So I hope it can help you by the end of this. It is suitable for TM31 and TM5 customers, which is really exciting, and that is the TM5s that are existing as well. We've got the weekly menu suggestions. We've got staff picks, some of our favourites, and then we've collated a few of our favourites, 10 of the Thermomix favourites in fact, to get you started. That's a free collection that's sitting there waiting for you to go and have a look around. The Thermomix platform is free to use, though you can purchase additional collections. So these are some of our collections. They are tried and tested by Thermomix, so they work first time every time. We're trying to add a couple every month so that you can have a bit of variety and lots of exciting things to inspire you. This is different to a wonderful service we have that's recipecommunity.com.au. Recipe Community is because people often ask how are they different. Recipe Community is all of our fabulous customers across Australia converting their favourite recipes. It might be grandma's fruit mince pies and into a Thermomix recipe by just looking at how to convert the method. And there's some great tips in the front of your cookbook that will give you an idea on how to convert, or you can always ask your consultant as well. So people have been very generous and shared those on Recipe Community. And I will show you too how to take some of those recipes and put them into your planner as well. The collections are updated all of the time, which is fabulous, because if there's a new food trend or if there's something exciting coming up, like celebration cakes was just before Mother's Day, grain-free bread, there's a lot of people who are gluten intolerant or are doing paleo diets at the moment. This is the idea to keep up with what you need. So if there's something that you really want some more recipes about, please let us know so that we as your consultants can pass that on up the chain, or even write to, there's a help button in here, you can write to these guys and say, "Hey, I love the recipe platform, this is how I think you can improve it, these are the recipes I'd love to see." So please do share with us, it's very, very important for us. We've got categories down the bottom there, so that's to help you get a little variety. Maybe you want to try and include a vegetarian dish every week, maybe you want to do some more soups during winter, so it helps you to plan very easily. And the best part is it makes a it makes a shopping list up for you, and I'll take you through how to do that. This is a website, so it syncs across all of your devices, whether you have been planning it on your computer at home and you want to look at it on your mobile later, or even if you want several people to be adding to it at the same time, a big family planning session, you can do that. And it's compatible with obviously Android and Apple's, for example, because it's just a website, which I love. And the next feature I want to talk about is the cookie chips. And this is a special feature for the TM5 because it will actually stick where your chip currently goes, and it will Wi-Fi back to the platform. So collections that you own, I believe, will appear on your screen, which is amazing technology. It is just going through its final testing phases, I believe, in Europe. So I'm hoping that it will reach us in Australia maybe by the end of this year once it has been perfected. So this is 2016. And you can check that with your consultant about that. And obviously you'll also find out that information on the platform. So to get you started, simply head to my-thermomix.com.au, and what you'll receive once you've registered is email. So in your email you'll find the activate my account button. Simply pop in some details, including your relationship with Thermomix. You know, if you're not a consultant already, and consultants obviously are welcome to watch this as well, it's a really fantastic way to learn more about your Thermomix and really grasp the full potential out of your investment there. So I love consulting because I learn something new every day. This is obviously a safety announcement that comes up. The TM31 and the TM5 are different volumed bowls, so please find the max line in your Thermomix and abide by that at all times. And to make it simple for you, on each recipe they have put TM5 or TM31 or both. So that's very easy at a glance to see which ones will stick to your maximum level. So when you are registering, you can pop which Thermomix model you own. In the bottom there it says please enter your serial number. Now your serial number for your TM31 is located on the base of the machine here, or for the TM5 you can simply go to your touch screen, click menu, settings, about Thermomix, and the serial number will appear there. Please note when you are writing in your serial number, you may need to click out of the box where you are typing to make the save and continue button light up. This is something I've found through trial and error, so I hope it saves you a lot of time. If your Thermomix hasn't arrived yet, well done for getting organised. You can get your menu planned for the week that it's going to arrive and get your shopping list done too. So you can just click here, I am waiting for delivery, or skip this step. So let's start off with the basics. So here's your Thermomix favourites collection that's sitting here waiting for you to play with. You can see the details of how each recipe, how many people it feeds, how long it takes to prepare. We've got our back button, our favourites. So all you have to do is select a recipe you'd like to see. This is one of our favourites from our cooking classes, and people always ask for the recipe, so there you go. In the top right hand corner you can just add it to your weekly planner. So your weekly planner is always located at the bottom of the page, and you can click the little tab at the top that will open it up for you at any point. Or you can easily add your meals to your weekly planner by dragging and dropping. You can place them anywhere in the week, and you could even scroll along further down the month. Next is, this is for example, but don't forget to add in breakfast, because that's one of the categories you could choose. It is a hard one to get started in the day. Snacks, lunchbox ideas, it's all in there, even baby foods in the categories. You can swipe left and right up here and try rolling. If you've got a mouse with a rolling bar on it, try using that as well. It will just glide back and forth. And then you can look at your shopping list. So easily view by day down here, or by week, and you can choose the week you'd like to look at. And here it is. This is by recipes. So say you want to get everything out that you might be cooking that day, you could look at your shopping list, or you can go by ingredient groups. I love this because how many times have you gone back and forward down the aisles in the supermarket looking for things? This is arranged basically by your aisles in your supermarket. So how much time is that going to save you? Your additional items like toilet paper, toothpaste, things like milk, you can put in your extra items, just type them in. And then you can email it to yourself or to somebody else, or even I use this function, email it to yourself, copy and paste, and you could put it on your online shopping, like Woolworths Online, for example, has a shopping list, so you could just copy and paste into there to do your shopping for the week. So now you know the basics, let's look at some of the amazing collections. As I said, collections are added to frequently, and to navigate around everything, you've got a taskbar at the top. The taskbar, you could use home or browse. Browse is looking at all of the available collections, chips, recipes that we have in the platform. My recipe library is really looking at what you own or what you've added and decided to make your own. So you've got your own collections, your favourite things, and even activating some of your recipe tips. Or you can organise. So this will be an easy place to touch back if you want to look at your weekly planner or your shopping list and see where you're up to. My profile will be used, say you skipped adding your serial number at the beginning when your machine wasn't there yet, you can then add it in here, or change some of your details like your credit card. If you change your credit cards, that would be a good place to amend that. And how many times have you searched for a recipe, you weren't sure which book it was in or which tip it was on? In here you can just type in like pastry and it's going to bring up all of the pastries through all of the collections. So if you've got something like chocolate in the fridge, you could use this to help you find all your chocolate recipes. Next, you can search all your recipes. Say you went into browse all recipes. You can look by collection, or you can switch across to searching by recipe, which will bring everything up. You can filter by time or portions, or you could look at the newest or your favourite recipes. By using our categories up the top here, we could choose pasta and rice dishes, for example, and that's going to bring up, I've got recipes selected, so that's bring up all the recipes in pasta and rice. If you had collections selected, it would bring up all the collections that contain pasta or rice dishes. So here we've clicked on broccoli, chili and pine nut spaghetti, and you can see it's not part of our collections yet that I own, so we'll actually say which book it's included in as well, and that's actually present on ones you own and ones you don't. But if you did own this recipe, it would actually show up a list of ingredients instead of just which collection it's in. So if you click on that, it will bring up that whole collection, so you can have a look through every recipe that's in there, and if you decide you like it, you add it to your basket. When you add a collection, it is straight away available for you to start planning or shopping. If you were looking at all of the recipes and you wanted to see which ones you owned, the basket is indicating that you don't yet have it in your collection, and the person picture down there is indicating that it is already in your library. Some collections have 10 or 15 recipes in them, like these ones are just little collections. They cost between $2 and $4, while other ones have over 100 recipes in them, and those ones are the book and chip collections. These ones are easy to find because they have the little circle on the front most of the time. Using the platforms, you could then look at some of the recipes or books that you were thinking of buying. For example, this is our festive flavours. So when you search browse and you look through your collections, you see this one with the circle on the front. You can click it and all of the 104 recipes will be displayed there by picture. If you are halfway down, you've got the back to top button that will scroll down with you, which is very handy so that you can go back and add it to your basket. So if you wanted to look at the two options, this is for the book and chip set. If it's $80, if you would like to see how much it is just for the recipe chip, you will see that it's only $50. So you can then click on that and it will show you buy this at our shop online, and it'll take you to that link, or you can add it to your collections. It is a physical chip, so I would suggest it's good to have that. They do magnetize to your fridge, by the way, so that you can have all your recipe books lined up on your fridge. How do you activate your chips once they come in? Well, my recipe library in the navigation bar down the bottom says activate my recipe chip, and you simply turn over your chip. There's a code on the back and you can pop it in here. It will then add that whole collection to your library, and you can see there I've got the basic cookbook. Next to it's the British Isles on a plate, and these have been added to my library. You can see by the little picture of the person in the bottom right hand corner of all of those. So once you've added that chip, and that is the chip and book that you get with your Thermomix, you will have all 182 recipes at your fingertips anywhere, which means that say you're at the supermarket and you are wondering if you could make rice flour with a few less additives or for a bit cheaper, well, you can look it up in your search bar if you like, or if you can look it straight in the basic cookbook, and you will find all of the ingredients that you need. It's pretty much basically rice, so it can be a lot cheaper to make things here. Our family, for example, with plain yogurt, we go through 2 tubs a week of the 1 litre variety. We find that we have saved $555 in a year just by making plain yogurt. So it is a really good exercise to just have a quick look at some of the ingredients, and you'll never be without it. So how do we bring it all together? Say you find a recipe that you love on Recipe Community, or maybe you find it on one of your favourite blogs or the Facebook page. You might like to add it to your weekly planner. So all you need to do is head to the website, copy and paste the URL, and then when you head back to Recipe Platform, you simply go to Organise, Weekly Planner, and this will pop up. And then you can use that small edit button there to paste your URL so it's handy. It will appear in your weekly planner as the yellow tab there. So when it comes to Tuesday, you can easily see that's right, I found that fantastic recipe. Click on that and it will take you back, if it's hyperlinked, or copy and paste it to take you back to where you found that amazing recipe. To add the ingredients to your shopping list, you would simply go back to the recipe, copy and paste the ingredients, and pop them in using the Organise shopping list and pop them in your extra items area. So there you have it. I hope that this has given you some inspiration to jump onto the Thermomix Recipe Platform, have a play. It is very intuitive once you get started. I did find that starting on a PC was the easiest thing to do because it was just all laid out nice and big for me to have a play around. But you can obviously start on a phone if you prefer. When you are on a phone, if you've got the shopping list up or if you've got your tablet, there's a little tick on the end of each ingredient and you can just literally tick them off and it will cross it off and get rid of it for you. So that's a really quick way to do your shopping. If you have any questions or you need to get in touch with a consultant, or if you in fact wanted to order your Thermomix, please get in contact with Thermomix in Australia on 1800 004 838, or you can head to www.thermomix.com.au and we'll put you in touch with your local consultant. Best of luck with everything and happy mixing.